Ciao, I'm Chiara from Filo e Segno and welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you how to crochet this cozy scarf with puff stitch. This super easy crochet project is perfect for any beginners that are new to crocheting. For this project I use 4 skeins of Paprika from Mondial. You can find more information in the description box, and a 6.5mm hook. Okay, now we're going to start with the foundation chain, and this foundation chain needs to be a multiple of 4 plus 2. So now chain 30. Chain 30 to have a width about 22 centimeters. Okay, now we do 1 single crochet into the second chain from hook, and we continue to do 1 single crochet into each chain down the row. Now we have a total of 29 single crochet. And now we are ready to start with the puff stitch. So first chain 2, do not count as a stitch, then turn the work. Before proceeding, I suggest watching this video tutorial where I explain the difference between puff stitch, bubble stitch and popcorn stitch. And now let's repeat how to create a puff stitch together. So first yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch, into this first stitch here. Yarn over again and pull up a loop. Yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over once again. Insert the hook into the same stitch here, yarn over and pull up a loop. And now we have 7 loops on our hook. So now yarn over and pull through all 7 loops on your hook. So now chain 2. And now we're going to create another puff stitch into the same stitch as we did before. So first yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. And repeat this 2 more times. And now we have 7 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 7 loops. And now chain 1. As you can see, we have 2 puff stitch and chain 2 space. So now we skip the next 3 stitch, 3 single crochet. Then we do 2 puff stitch as we did before into the 4th. Seven loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 7. Chain 2, then we do another puff stitch into the same stitch. And now chain 1. Now we skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, then we do 2 puff stitch into the 4th as we did before. Chain 2, then we do another puff stitch into the same stitch. And chain 1. Now we skip the next 3 stitches, then we work 2 puff stitch into the 4th and continue to repeat this until the end of this row. So now we skip the next 3 stitches, then we do 2 puff stitch into the last one. And this is the first row. Look how nice it is. And this is the hardest row, believe me. So all we have to do now is to work 2 puff stitch into each of these chain 2 space between the puff stitch here. And to do this, first turn the work, then we move using a slip stitch into the first chain 2 space here. So now chain 1 do not count as a stitch. Then we do the first puff stitch as we did before. Chain 2, then we do another puff stitch into the same space here. Chain 1. Then pay attention, the 2 puff stitch have to stay in line like this. So now we jump directly into the next chain 2 space here where we do 2 puff stitch as we did before. Chain 2, then do another puff stitch into the same space. Chain 1, then we move directly into the next space. So now we do the first puff stitch as we did before. Remember, 7 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 7. Chain 2, then we do another puff stitch. And we continue to repeat this until the end of this row. The second row is now complete. As you can see, the 2 puff stitch have to stay in line. So now let's repeat this last row together one more time. So first turn the work, then we move into the first chain 2 space using a slip stitch. Chain 1, do not count as a stitch. Then we do the first puff stitch as we did before. Of course, chain 2, then we do another puff stitch into the same stitch. Chain 1, then we jump into the next chain 2 space of the previous row where we do 2 puff stitch as we did before. And we continue to do this until the end of this row. So all we have to do now is to repeat this last row for a total of 92 rows, or until we will reach the length about 170 centimeters. Now I've done a total of 92 rows, and now my scarf is about 22 centimeters wide and 170 centimeters long, and look how beautiful this stitch is. So now we're ready to cut the yarn, then weave the tails inside the work using a tapestry needle. And now our project is done and ready to wear. It's warm, soft and very quick to do, so I love it. And I love how the colors change go, so I'm really fan of this yarn. So I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. Let me know in the comments down below. Remember to tag me on Instagram or Facebook if you create your Paprika scarf. I will leave all the links that you need in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click on bell icon to get notifications. So thank you for watching and I see you in the next video. Ciao and tanto love.